TYT Sports, welcome back. The international break is upon us, so we're going to talk about a couple of things that has happened in terms of world football rankings. So rankings were released. Belgium now #1 to many people's, I would say, upsetting many people, but also going along with how the points are given to the specific teams. It is just. They do make up the most points at this point. I think they have got 1,440 ranking points, and that allows them to leapfrog Germany, who remains second with 1,388. Now, it all comes down to the points that you achieve per game. It's not based on who wins the most competitions. Many people believe it should be, because Germany, obviously the world champions, it just falls naturally that most people believe that they should be #1 in world rankings for football. But that's not the way it works out. So Belgium were 66th in 2009, 6 years ago. They've made this massive transformation, and you have to give credit to them. Although I don't think if they were to come up against a team like Germany, they're still better than them. But they definitely have made some progression. So I'm joined here by Jamie Spencer, who's a contributing writer for 90 Min. So Jamie, thank you so much for joining us. So when you've seen these rankings straight away, were you surprised? I mean, I know it's obvious with the point system, but still, in your perspective, do you think that Belgium have merited the position as the best team in the world according to these rankings?
I think it might be a bit much to call them the best team in the world. I think they certainly merited a significant rise to maybe top five.
And when you're thinking about these point system, right? So many people will debate that they don't really mean anything when it comes down to the head-to-head of when they play against each other in world football. Because Germany, of course, are world champions. Belgium didn't, I would say, perform to the best of their ability in the World Cup. They definitely played well at times, but again, when you see them struggle against teams like the United States, who are sitting 33rd in the world rankings, you have to think to yourself, okay, these points definitely are merited and they deserve to be higher up in world rankings, but it comes down to who's not the best team. It comes down to how they perform in the big tournaments, correct?
It should be, yes. I mean, when the rankings how they used to often get Mexico and the US in the top 4 or 5 in the world because the way that the points work, they were playing poor teams all the time and winning all the time. I think perhaps that's still something that you look at now with England, because I don't think anybody would agree that England are the ninth best team in the world, but they've won a lot of games over the last couple of years in the qualifying for these Euros, and so they've sort of stayed in the top 10 this year, falling on their faces last summer in Brazil.
Yeah, exactly, and that is a big factor to take it. That people will use this as an excuse to talk about how their team is progressing, and rightfully so, because with the thing about internationals is they don't play week in, week out. So you have to kind of base it on how they're performing throughout their qualification stages and how the teams are faring against other teams. But as you just mentioned there, you could be put into a very easy group, and all of a sudden you breeze through that group. And you're at the top of the rankings, and it allows you to climb up, whereas Germany seemed to have a difficult time against teams like Poland. Not every game was successful for Germany, so rightfully so, they don't acquire as many points as Belgium. But as I stated boldly, I still think you put Belgium against Germany in a setting in the Euros, and I still fancy Germany every day, even though Belgium on paper have the most points. So moving over to the Euros briefly. So we have the international break this weekend, and we have some crucial games going into this with teams like Republic of Ireland on show. Anxious to see how they perform. Is there any particular game you're looking forward to this weekend?
I think, obviously, with the locality, Sweden and Denmark is quite a big one. I don't think either of those two teams are particularly at their best when you consider the teams they've had in years gone by. But it's a big derby match, and the winner takes all goes to the tournament.
Yeah.
Over the 2 legs. So that's one that stands out, yeah.
And I think Sweden, more than anything, will be looking to make sure that the same problem doesn't happen. I mean, they missed out on the World Cup. Many people are upset not to see a huge figure like Zlatan Ibrahimovic play in the World Cup, but they were outclassed by a team who was under the control of Cristiano Ronaldo, who, as we remember, demolished Sweden in that game. So, in talking about that game, do you fancy Sweden to go through, or do you think the Danes will overcome them in that game?
I think it's a tough one to call. I would perhaps back Sweden. Feel like at this point in his career, someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I just feel like he deserves one last tournament because he's not going to get another one. Really, you wouldn't think, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's make or break. It's
someone.
make or break for him at this point. If he, I mean, I've as people know here on TYT Sports, I'm critical not of him, but of the I would say the quality that's still attached to Zlatan. People still consider him as a world-class striker, maybe because he's very personable, maybe because he still has those fancy touches when he's still the best player in Sweden. He just won the Swedish Best Player Award again. But when you consider someone world-class, I hold that very high amongst the ranks of footballers in the world, like Luis Suarez, like Aguero when he's fit, like Lewandowski, and I just don't think he's at that level anymore. So I think you're bang on there. He needs more than anything to progress to the Euros, to basically give it one last shot, because I think this is him tailing off at the end. So what do you guys think in the comment section? Let us know. Do you think that Belgium have merited their position to be considered the best team in the world according to the rankings? Or do you think the point system is just a lot of nonsense and still Germany are the world's best team at this point? Make sure to let us know in the comment section below. Head over to 90 Min and see some of Jamie's articles over there. We'll be doing a lot of collaborations with them. Come back again to TYT Sports and subscribe.